This is Vince Russo's The Brand.
Hello, everybody. This is Vince Russo for Spilling the Teen Mom Tea. Today, we have a very special episode, and I wish my Princess Noelle was here to introduce this with me, but the princess is a little bit under the weather, so I told her to take it easy and rest, but I'm about to intro a bombshell here, bro. You think Jenelle Evans was big? Jenelle Evans, that ain't nothing, bro. On today's show, we have the very controversial baby daddy of Kaiser, Jenelle's kid, Nathan Griffith. Nathan ain't doing any interviews these days, but he came on with us, spilling the Teen Mom Tea, and he's joined by his lovely girlfriend, Ashley. This is one you're not gonna want to miss. Get on the phone, call somebody, tell somebody, text somebody, tweet somebody, write somebody, Periscope somebody, Instagram somebody, whatever you got to do. You don't want to miss this one. Nathan Griffith, teen mom, girlfriend Ashley, spilling the tea. Here you go. I'll be back after the interview.
Hey, this is Stevie Richards. I'm here to tell you don't necessarily need all this equipment to get in the best shape of your life. All you need is this, a resistance band. I'm so excited to offer the 12-week resistance band training program to you, which features an interactive PDF with full overview videos, modifications, descriptions of all the exercises, scalability, no matter what fitness level or what age you are. The PDF scales the workout to you. Also, after your instant download of the PDF, you get full direct email support right from me, as well as access to a Facebook group with an awesome interactive community. I can't wait to help you take control of your fitness journey. Just put in StevieRichardsFitness.com, go to the store, and download the 12-week resistance band training program.
All right, everybody, it is Vince here, and I'm here with the Princess Noelle, and we have a very special guest. I don't know if you'd call him a cast member of a Teen Mom. I don't know if he wants to be called a cast member of Teen Mom, but I'm talking about Nathan. Nathan and his lovely girlfriend, Ashley, were nice enough to join us. How are you guys doing today?
Awesome.
Great.
Now, I see your dog. Your dog keeps sticking his puss in the shot. What is your dog's name over there, Nathan? What's his name?
His name Toro.
Toro. Where did that come from?
That's awesome.
I was a cheerleader growing up, and I was obsessed with the movie Bring It On, and their name was a Toro. And one day we were talking about getting a dog. I was like, "Oh, let's name him Toro." And after he said he liked it,
I like the name because it's Spanish for bull.
And after he said he liked it, I was like, "Oh, that's from Bring It On."
Now that I know exactly what you're talking on that Bring It On series. They wound up making like how many of those? Like 5 or 6, right?
6. I think 6, yes.
Now, Ashley, did you follow those all along, or did you drop out after the first couple?
No, I watched the second one when I was like in high school, but the first nothing compares to the first one.
What are you talking about? We just watched like the 5th or 6th one with my daughter.
I mean, with your daughter, we watched the new one.
Now, let me ask you guys a question, because I think I'm right about this. Listen, I'm an old man, but that's okay. But I'm a huge Rihanna mark. Wasn't she in one of those?
Rihanna?
Oh yeah, she was in the earliest one that we just watched. She was a judge. You remember?
Oh yeah, I think she was one of the judges.
Yeah, I think she was in one of those movies. I didn't see it, but I think she was in one.
How do you know that?
I follow Rihanna's career, bro. I mean, come on. Hey, Nathan knew it. How does Nathan know that, bro?
He's got a daughter.
And bro, what the hell? What the hell is that smoke you're blowing? I never seen so much smoke in my life. What's going on over there, bro? What is that? Is that like a vape gimmick?
Yeah.
Yep.
He's got like the rings going.
Hey Nathan, I gotta tell you something. Listen, bro, I live in Colorado, so marijuana is legal here. Yeah, Colorado's also. I never understood the whole vape gimmick. What exactly does that do?
Do you want to hear the science or the bullshit?
I want to hear both. I want to hear both because I never understood it. What's it do?
All right, so
I started dipping at a really young age at like 14, and I've always dipped. And I mean, every now and then I still dip. But when I went to the Marine Corps, like I swear almost everybody in the military smokes or dips. And I picked up smoking. I mean, when I was younger, I still could like smoke and run 3 miles. I had a cigarette in the back pocket. I would run like 1.5 miles, smoke a cigarette, and run the other 1.5 miles, and still finish 3 miles under 20 minutes. I'm getting older like you, and I can't do that anymore. Vaping without all the other tar and stuff like that, it just supplies you the nicotine without all the other dangerous stuff in it. And if you want me to go behind the science about it, it has been proven by several tests. What tests? No, just tests or test cycles or whatever. That when you're enclosed in a room, the microcancerogens in a vaporizer compared to a regular cigarette is like 1,000 times less than a regular cigarette. So even when I smoke around other people, that's why I don't understand when people.
Do we freeze?
Yeah, he froze up. I hope we didn't lose him.
I hope not.
You might have to write him and tell him he froze up to go out and come back in.
Okay, let me. I was so excited when he got back in.
Yeah, just tell him that. Here we go. Nathan, are you back? We lost you for a second, Nathan.
Yeah, you froze for a second. You were like this.
Everything got like stuck.
Yeah. So there's a lot less cancerous agents in the vape than regular cigarettes.
Yes.
Now, Nathan, I gotta say something, bro. Listen to me for a second here, bro. Talk to Grandpa Vince. You just made a statement. You're getting older, bro. How old are you?
30.
Oh,
Hey,
hey.
25 or 26. I wish I was.
Bro, cash out. It's over, bro.
You're
Once you
30.
know it's over. Hey, Nathan, I gotta ask you a question, bro. Bro, you know, like me and Noel, you know, we've been in the wrestling business for a long time. I've been around wrestlers for a long time. Nathan, the last I remember seeing you, bro, some of the best footage in the Teen Mom series was you and your mom with her shaving your back.
Oh, we love that.
Cutting a promo. But Nathan, I'm asking you this because from that to now, bro, it looks like you lost a lot of weight. Have you lost some weight?
No, I actually gained a lot of weight.
Did you? You look like you've trimmed down a lot.
You look much slimmer, bro. You've actually put weight on.
That's an insult to me. I'm trying to gain weight.
You look slim and trim and buff, bro. I mean, you know,
You're doing bodybuilding now, right, Nathan?
Yeah, he loves the
I
bodybuilding.
I'm about ready to do a competition around September or October. So
Nathan, let me ask you something. You're obsessed with that bodybuilding, no, bro?
a little bit, but I actually I haven't been working out a lot recently.
I don't buy that for a second, Nathan. You're full of shit.
He looks too good to not be working out.
I've gone twice in the last 2 weeks.
Okay, hold on. We'll get to that in a minute because I ain't buying that, Nathan. Nathan, let me ask you this.
Can I interrupt you guys for a second?
Absolutely.
And this is one thing that I wanted to start out with. Is like I do respect you guys a lot. Like nobody understands, especially the actors on TV and the wrestlers or people who've been around wrestling, people who do your job. You guys actually work at this, and a lot of people don't understand that. They might want to make fun of or hate and stuff like that, but people who do this line of work constantly do work for something to better themselves, whether it's being on TV, whether it's being a pro wrestler. They don't understand the work that goes behind the scenes. And even getting on the phone or making contacts with people or having relationships with people, you guys are still working. And people don't understand that. Do you see where I'm coming from? I do respect you guys as that, and thanks for reaching out to me, and thanks for having me on the show.
Hey, Nathan, did somebody out there say I'm not working? Because I'll cut a promo on him right now, Nathan. Did somebody say Vince Russo doesn't work?
No, it's not about working. It's about everything you guys do. Even me being on TV, even Jenelle being on TV. People don't understand, like it might be reality TV, but there's still a lot of work that goes behind it and the hate that goes behind it and the shit that we put up on a daily basis that people don't understand. And we might be a face or a character on TV, but there's still a lot of things we have to deal with on a daily basis that people don't understand. Yeah. And even you guys, like.
Yeah. And Nathan, we're going to get into that. We're going to get into all that in a minute. But Nathan, listen, you got to understand something, bro. I'm a veteran interviewer, bro. So first, Noel was a little afraid of you coming into this interview, Nathan. So I got to win you over. So I'm going to win you over. We're going to talk about the bodybuilding first, because I know that's your passion. Now, Nathan, let me ask you a question. Were you one of those skinny kids that got pushed around, or did you get into bodybuilding early, or was it a military thing, or was it a later on in life thing? Where did that passion come from?
Ever since, long story short is that I have a lot of siblings. So I was the youngest in my family. I got picked on a lot. And not only that, is that I was at a very young age, I was made fun of a lot. Like I had a horrible speech impediment. Like people, even though I had friends, I used to walk around school, and when I pronounced my name, I used to say Nate Griffith. And some people say, "What's up, Nate Griffith?" So I was like, so I mean, so anyways, I went to private school, and people say popularity doesn't happen overnight, but when I moved in with my sister, like I came from public school to a private school, and my life was perfect when I went to private school. After a while, my sister was dealing with her own things, and I was dealing with my own things. I had to go live back in with my mom, and I was afraid that I was still going to be this, character that people were gonna pick on me. I've always been skinny. I mean, I think my sophomore year, I weighed like 120, 5'6", and 120.
Wow.
So I wasn't ever a really big guy. And so the moment I went back to high school, I made sure I had a name where if somebody, said something about me, I had to make sure I'm a man, and show my presence and, whether. And another thing that a lot of people don't understand about me is like in high school, like, even though I was like bullied a lot, I made a name to myself where not a lot of people bully me. So I actually started picking on the bullies. Like the people who bullied the kids, I actually picked on the bully. I've always told everybody, it's like, if anybody's seen the movie like 17 Again, I was like Zac Efron, like, picking on the bullies. Like there was this kid, my friends, I'm not gonna name names, but he constantly, this kid, I don't know if he was poor or not, or had ADD or something wrong with him, but people used to throw change in the cafeteria on the ground. This kid would go scavenger, whether it was a penny or a dime, he always picked it up and put it in his pocket. So one time, my table, the group of people we were sitting in, one of my friends threw change. I'm like, yo, dude, that's not cool. And I ended up pushing him, and I ended up picking up the change and giving it to him. I'm like, hey, we don't do that. That's not cool. That's what causes people to hurt themselves. I don't like that. And so there's always been several occasions, whether it was on football team, basketball team, tennis team, I don't like bullying. It's one of those things that I'm very passionate about. I've been bullied, and it really seriously, subconsciously hurt people physically and mentally.
So Nathan, how does, listen, man, there are a lot of people that absolutely hate working out. And, being in the wrestling business, guys are addicted to the gym, and it's what they do. So how does that become an obsession for you? Because obviously, when we saw you early on in Teen Mom, and even up, to the scenes with your mom, this is something very serious to you. When you're doing bodybuilding competitions, that's a whole other level. So what kind of turned that into an obsession?
It's like I said, I guess with just about high school and with me, it just became an obsession because it's like a drug, It's like you wake up, you drink coffee every morning, right? Or it's somebody whoever drinks coffee in the morning, it becomes a routine. Same thing with working out. If a person who drinks coffee every morning, forgets their coffee and they go to work, they're like, shit, and they subconsciously, they kind of freak out. Same thing with me, it became an obsession because it's just a part of my life. I love doing it. And honestly, when you start working out that much, like you like how you look physically, you like how you feel, it makes you feel better, especially with my PTSD, it just goes hand in hand, and it helps me let out aggression. It makes me focus on myself and perfect myself, and it's just a relief, you know. And it becomes like a drug.
Now, what's this though? You worked out 2 times in the last 2 weeks. I mean, that sound like that. What's going on there?
You need a break sometimes.
Yeah, I need a break.
You need a break.
Yeah.
I'm in the same field. I do shows as well, and you know, sometimes you just need a mental break. Like life happens, and sometimes the gym has to be put on the back burner, and that's how it's been with us the last 2 weeks.
And I also got this beautiful girl right beside me, and when she's giving me everything I want, kind of get complacent.
Yeah, but you know, so Ashley, you're a bodybuilder as well. Then I take it, right?
I do fitness competitions. Yes.
Okay, but you don't ever worry about, like, you guys take a break for a couple of weeks and you scale back. You don't worry about kind of getting comfortable and not getting back in the swing of it, do you?
It's our life. I mean, it's just as like you go to work every day and you do what you do. I go to my day job every day and I go to the gym afterwards. It's just a part of my daily life. But if I want to go out and have that burger, I'm going to have that burger as well. I mean, it's a happy medium. It's a balance.
Is that how you guys met, through the fitness world?
Kind of, not really.
How'd you meet?
So anyways, I was doing Palmetto Cup last year, and I was not Googling, but I was on Facebook. You know how you can hashtag certain things and look for that hashtag?
Yeah.
So I hashtagged Palmetto Classic or Palmetto Cup, and her picture on Facebook popped up. Come to realize, I didn't know we were friends for like 3 years on Facebook. I'd never met her. She used to live in Myrtle Beach like I used to. She had the same mutual friends, the same hobby. We maybe scaled it down to that we might have met once at a party or something, but seriously, we never had a full-on conversation, but we were Facebook friends. So her picture pops up after I hashtagged Palmetto Classic, and it was like of her posing, but it was like of her in a bikini and kind of a butt picture.
That was my bikini, my stage bikini. Yeah.
So I liked the picture, and she messaged me back on Facebook. She's like, because I guess this was a previous year before. It wasn't the same year. It was last year competition. And she's like, how long do you stalk my profile to find that? I'm like, whoa, I wasn't stalking your profile. I just found it, I promise. And you know, one thing led to next. We started talking on Facebook next week. Then she gave me her phone number. We started conversating on the phone for about a couple weeks. And I said, what if I came down Florida? And she's like, you won't come down Florida. I said, how about I come down Florida? I said, I'll come down there next weekend. And it was like a couple weeks before my show. And she's like, you're not going to come down. I'm like, yes, I am. So she gave me the go ahead to come down. I went down to Florida and we hit it off. And I did my show. I did another show in Tampa, Florida. And I ended up kind of like living here and kind of living in Myrtle Beach now.
Yeah. Now, Ashley, did you know Nathan from the show?
I mean, I lived in Myrtle Beach for 10 years. I knew Nathan.
Tell them the story about Senior Frogs when you used to work there.
Oh,
No, tell them.
yeah.
Okay.
I knew who he was. I knew there's lots of reality shows in Myrtle Beach. His wasn't the only one. So I knew he was Nathan, but he always had a girlfriend and I always had a boyfriend. So I was like, it was just in passing. But I remember my first experience with him was when I worked at a bar down there. I worked at a bar at Broadway at the beach, and him and the girl he was dating at the time,
Jenelle.
which was Jenelle, they came into VIP, and I guess they got a bottle, and
Don't tell them that.
Oh, come on, Nathan.
Oh.
Come on. Wait a minute, bro. Hold on for a second. You're sitting there talking about us being real, bro.
he was wearing. I'll tell you what he was wearing. He was wearing this sparkly.
I was not wearing.
You were wearing sparkly clothes.
No, Janelle was.
Nathan, you were wearing sparkly clothes like a.
This was back when like Jersey Shore was like really big.
Like the whole Michael Jackson vibe. Did you have one glove on, Nathan?
No, I had a gray shirt. I have the shirt upstairs. I can show
Was
you.
it like a Macho Man thing with like fringe and a cowboy hat?
Looked like a Jersey Shore.
Yes.
I think he had on a puka necklace.
It's not Puka. It was him.
That's what this was like years ago. This is a long
The hookah
time.
necklace, huh?
Unbelievable.
I love
So
this.
and she's like, so when we were getting a bottle, she said to the owner, she's like, "Who's this boss? Or who's this bottle for?" And Ashley said, "I guess it's for some asshole who's the next in line for Jenelle."
Very nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh
Very
my God. That's such a lovely,
Hey,
such a
you know,
lovely tale.
Nathan, let me ask you a question, because we do have to talk a little bit, and again, I'm listen, bro, I'm asking you this stuff because I'm curious about this stuff and it's interesting to me. And we've been watching the show for a long time. Now, Nathan, anybody, when we sat back and we kind of saw the relationship between you and Jenelle develop, bro, here's one thing that was so obvious off the bat. You guys both had very, very strong personalities. And listen, man, when two people have very strong personalities, you're going to get this.
Hurricane.
Yeah. But and like, so here we are watching the show at home. We see her and we see you, and like, listen, man, this is a train wreck about to happen. But let me ask you a question, Nathan. When you're in that kind of a relationship with somebody that maybe is as, headstrong as you or as strong as you, do you not recognize that because you're so much alike, or do you know the problems there?
Hey Vince, check this out, man. So anyways, believe it or not, besides the TV show, I'm actually a very calm and collected person, and I do bottle a lot of things up. As much as I was, because Jenelle films more, like the stars of the TV, they film a lot more. So the cameras are constantly on you. So the times when like Jenelle was freaking out, yelling at me, and I was staying calm and collective, they don't show that. They edit out the parts where I'm staying calm and she's yelling at me and stuff. And then finally, when I keep on getting pushed in the corner or keep on getting yelled at, I finally snap. So they'll have this high intensity, projection of Jenelle, and then they edit all the time. Hey, baby. Hey, what do I need to do? Hey, do you need me to do this? Do you need me to do the dishes? Hey, do you need to go get your weed? Do you need me to go do this? Like, whatever was the situation, I try to de-escalate it. But then finally I'll be like, what the fuck do you want? Are you serious? Like,
Look at the dog.
Shut up.
The dog's
So
like,
if I-
what?
Exactly. So when I freaked out like that for ratings and stuff, those are the parts that are shown.
Yeah.
Nathan,
I got to be honest with you. Hey, listen, man, we've spoken to enough of the Teen Mom members. I've spoken to a couple of the Teen Mom producers. I've been in the television business for a long time. I know what's going on. If you know anything about TV, you could see what's going on. There's no doubt about it. They're trying to create controversy. Controversy sells, drama sells. But Nathan, I think there were quite a few times where they portrayed you in a way that you tried to be calm, you tried to remain cool. I think we saw that a few times. I don't think it was always an immediate explosion.
But they hold on just a second. I had some other Teen Mom folks come on the show that said they felt like they were cornered almost into a character with the production. They like pull you. Many people I've talked to have said that they felt like they were either edited into, pulled into a situation, or a question was asked that would escalate it, that they formed you into a character. Is that how you felt, Nathan, that they formed you?
100%, just like a wrestler character. You guys go on a wrestling screen and stuff, they say, hey, I want you to do this, and you might get the belt in the year or two, but if you portray yourself like this and you get enough attention towards you, we're going to make you into a bigger person. It's one of those situations. They make me a personality to fit the script, because seriously, nobody's sane. And if I knew this, because me and Jenelle didn't fight for the first 6 months, but anybody actually sane in their mind, and I hate to say this, but no real person will actually date her. Like, you have to be on her level to date her. And I'm not trying to throw shades or anything, but I go to counseling, okay? There's a lot of people who go to counseling. And there are certain people in this world that need counseling, that need to seek help and self-reflect and see who they are instead of lying and, you know, throwing people under the bus to make their image look better. And it's one of those situations, like I said, I got in a very nasty situation. I regret it. It totally destroyed my name around Myrtle Beach when I used to be working out. I used to go to the gym working out with cops, firefighters, used to be on a name-to-name basis with them. And then it got to a point where they all turned their back to me because I had this name because I was associated with her now. And it kind of hurt my feelings because I was raised in a good family, you know, who always supported me. I've done a lot of things in my life, accomplished a lot of things in my life that nobody in the world, especially people who watch Teen Mom, know that I've accomplished. I mean, people don't even know that I have a daughter because that's how much involved they are with Teen Mom. You know, people, like I said, a lot of people, when I say I'm 30, it's kind of old, not really, you know, but like people seriously think I'm like 26, 27 years old. Well, I know it's not that much, but in between, you know, your 20, like mid 25s or 26 or mid 20s, my bad, until you're 30 and up, you start maturing a lot. And so when I say I matured as an individual, I'm trying to separate my name from this Teen Mom, or I do it for a paycheck. Of course, I love it. You know, money's great, but I'm still trying to separate and people see me who I am instead of this character on TV.
What is it that you'd like people to know more about you aside from Teen Mom? Because I know you were a Marine. Thank you for your service, by the way. You played indoor football. Like, you've done a lot of things. What would you like the people that are watching this show today to see you as more than just Jenelle's ex on Teen Mom?
I have a, like you said, I have an education in science. I was a you know, U.S. Marine Corps, and I did 4 years of service. I made a tour, or 2 tours. One was, we call it Booze Cruise, but we ended up Kuwait, Iraq, you know, for 30 days. And then I went to Afghanistan for 7.5 months. After that, I was a personal trainer for about 3 or 4 years. And then after that, I worked for the largest timeshare company, Wyndham. Do you know what Wyndham is?
I do know Wyndham. I actually know somebody that used to work for them. I do. Hey, Nathan, let me ask you a question, man. This is what I'm curious about. I'm really curious about this. Speaking to you, speaking to Jenelle, I spoke to Kale. We spoke to Farrah's dad, Michael. We hear the same story from everybody. And I get it because it's TV. MTV's in the TV business. They want ratings. It's a business. I understand it. But Nathan, here's my question to you. And I would ask the other ones the same question. When they paint you in such a light, and they want people to see this Nathan character this way, and you're saying, wait a minute, man, that's not who I am. You caught me at a bad time. You provoked me. You poked the bear. And that's not you just saying that. Other people have said that. I'm just curious, man, like when you get portrayed that way, how come you don't get like a PR person? Like, how come you don't get a representative that can basically say, well, wait a minute, man, that's the television show. This is really how this guy is. I think it's important that you do, because you know how many millions of people watch that show and they've got all of you stereotyped the exact way MTV wants us to be. Did you ever think about, you know, hiring a PR person?
If I was smart, I would have. But you get stuck in that category. Like the first year, I'm just figuring out the TV business. I should have got a manager and stuff. But then when they portray you in this light, you're like, now I want to go back on there because I want to look better. I want to prove to them I'm a different person.
And it gets worse, right? It gets worse.
Exactly. And so anyway, like I said, I would love to have a PR manager. So anybody watching the show, please hit me up. I will hire you. You can make me more money. So.
And Nathan, here's another thing that Jenelle told me, and it blew me away. And I'm thinking you might have been in that same category. Jenelle basically told me, like, her whole time with MTV, she signed a contract without a lawyer present, and she never. Did you do the same thing?
Everybody does.
Everybody did it.
But,
everybody did it.
Like, Nathan, like, why?
Because you trust.
You trust them. They milk it. You milk it where they portray it. So don't worry about like this and that. And they buttercoat everything. Like,
That's what Jenelle told us. They like.
Now they throw dollar signs at you. I have not done anything with the show. I think I filmed one time.
No, twice.
No, I was during the reunion. I didn't want to film. The cameras were just there. But I filmed one time. That was sporadically. I was something happened to him, and they just the way they put it on a silver platter for you. It's hard to say no. And on the very start, everyone just seems like they have your best interest in mind.
No, they don't. No, you don't have to tell me that. Hey, Nathan, let me ask you a question, bro. We see Mom all the time. And let me tell you something, bro. If you're not shopping a reality show with you and your mom, you're out of your freaking mind, because that could be the most entertaining thing on television. The fact that you got to smarten her up because she's burying you in front of the camera, bro, that's money. I mean, that is entertainment. But Nathan, we never hear anything about your dad. Is your dad present in your life? Are your mom and dad married? Can you get a little bit into that?
Yeah, stepfather.
Oh, you have a
stepfather. I don't talk about my real dad.
What was that?
I don't talk about my real dad.
Okay, but you have a current stepdad.
Yes.
Okay. Do you live close to you live close to your mom?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I currently live in South Carolina and Florida right now, but like I still have my address and everything. I pay taxes and everything to South Carolina, but I visit her a lot, and she lives down in Florida. So I have a split life right now in South Carolina and Florida, but I live really close to my parents.
Where does your mom live? In Florida?
No, South Carolina.
Now, would you be willing for a reality show? Would you be willing to move back in with your mother for 6 months?
Yeah, if it's money.
That's big money. You got to get a contract. You got to get a lawyer though before you sign a contract.
Vince is going to produce this for you.
Handle my mom on a day-to-day basis. Could they handle my mom? Oh my gosh.
She's
she has. Oh my god. Like I said, a lot of who I am as a gentleman and as a man is who I am, but there's a lot of underlining things with my mom that is, I don't know how to describe.
She's got a big personality.
She has, yeah.
She tells you how it is when it is.
Yeah.
I live with one of those.
My mom disagree a lot. It doesn't show on TV, but me and my mom disagree a lot.
Now, hey, Nathan, it's funny that you bring that up, because I have to ask you this when you talk about moms. Like, how did you take Barbara? Like, did you take Barbara as, this is somebody that, how did you take her? Because it always seems like she has the best interest. Maybe she doesn't go about it the right way, but it does come across like, am I wrong?
Barbara has changed, but when I first met her, there's a reason that I've always said this: the apple doesn't fall much farther than the tree. And I want to bless my mom, because my mom has 5 children, and I would say about 4.5 of them kind of end up with a good career or can support themselves and with a level head, with the education. Okay, Barbara has 3 kids, and all of them have one or multiple mental disorders. And I'm not gonna say it's her parenting style or what, because she has been reaching out to people, especially me and my mom, and trying to set peace with her family, us, and trying to make the kids get along. But, there is a lot of bickering back and forth with her and Jenelle, and cussing and yelling and screaming. No child, especially, I always tell people, you can control, even a dog, even a child, you can control a person by 2 things: love and disappointment. The hardest thing a child can hear from their parents is disappointment. Like, you disappointed me, son or daughter. It really is. And if you show them love, they want to go on to you. But if you find this happy medium of love and disappointment, they're always going to stay by your side so they can learn how to do things. when you're constantly in an eye of somebody where you're constantly being disappointed, it's an abusive relationship. You constantly want that approval from that other person. I think Jenelle fell in that category where she constantly wanted approval from Barbara because Barbara was constantly disappointed in her, you know, and it gets to a point where it fucks with you mentally. Yeah. And, you know, whether it's with another man, whether it's with a friend, you constantly seek that approval from someone else. And so I think Jenelle really needs to get out of that field where she's constantly seeking approval from people or approval from a man or approval from something else and realize that she has 3 kids that will always love her regardless. Yeah. And that she doesn't need to be in this ulterior state of mind where she feels accepted by everyone or to get past everyone or feel numb. Like a lot of people say, I do this because it makes me feel numb. Yeah. Well, it's not that. You just need to have your own self-confidence and feel approved by yourself and not everybody around you and move on with your life, which I'm currently trying to do right now because, you know, I still, with a lot of people, you know, I still search for approval from a lot of people, and it really has, you know, mind fucked me. So, you know, that's why I'm trying to mature as an individual right now and just try to be the best me, you know? Yeah.
Are you in a good place with her as far as Kaiser goes? I mean, how's that working out?
Nope, not at all.
Yeah, just
she constantly tries to hold him away. I try to call Kaiser on Christmas, and David wouldn't let me talk to him on Christmas. I call my daughter once a week, just so I can have communication with her. I try to do that with my son. In mediation, the mediation order papers, it states that Kaiser has to have full electronic device to contact me, whether it's through her, you know, a friend or her mother or something, that I can contact him at specific times or I can get a hold of him. I have full access to his medical records, his academics, daycare, sporting events, anything. And I'm supposed to have direct contact with Jenelle. Jenelle has blocked me. And because I don't know if it's David, I don't know if it's her, but in some reality, she thinks I want her back. It's been 4 years.
But Nathan, why would she want to keep? What's your reasoning of why she thinks she would want to keep you away from Kaiser? Like, what do you think the reason is behind that?
Because me personally, and this is totally opinionated.
Right.
We broke up when I broke up with her, which everybody thinks she broke up with me, but I broke up with her 3 times. The 3rd time, she told me that she would do anything she can to ruin my life. And she's still doing it. I mean,
so how often do you get to see him?
I get to see him every other week. If she doesn't hold him, or if she doesn't make up an excuse that he's sick, or makes up some excuse that she's out of town. Here's another thing. We all know Jenelle goes out of town a lot, right? Mm-hmm. On the mediation papers, I have first right of refusal. Do you know what that means? She has to give me the option if I want to see my son or not. She can't pawn him off on a daycare or, you know, another babysitter. She has to give me that option. She never does. And that's another violation. I can list 100 violations. And that's why we're actually, looking into a lawyer right now, because it's not cool what she's doing, because I'm trying everything to do to be in his life, and she doesn't allow me to.
Do you ever think you'll get to that point with her? Like, Nathan, is it a matter of maybe if you got away from David for a minute and you guys just sat down and had a heart-to-heart? I mean, listen, man, you guys are both getting older. You're 30 now. She's not too far away from that. Do you think there's ever a chance of just kind of, you know, getting on the same page and, you know, being able?
No, I don't think so. I wanted to get there. I wanted to, because you know what we did for my daughter's birthday? What? Me, Ashley, Brian, her husband, you know, Allie, her parents, her grandparents. We actually went out and had dinner and celebrated with Emery's friends and stuff. We went to a jump house. Emery came down. We ended up going to the beach one day. Like, we hang out as a family. And I don't know if Jenelle or David doesn't see this, and I hope they do. But I will never love Jenelle romantically ever again. That relationship did not work. I don't want it to work. We broke up for a reason. But do I love her? Yes. As a mother of my child, I love her. She is family. I want the best for her. I want the best for Kaiser. She gave birth to my son, which is the most special thing a woman can do for a man, is give birth to their child. Yeah. But when it comes to romance or physical contact, no.
Yeah.
But when it comes to family, yes, I love her as family, and I will always love her as family.
But Ashley's holding out hope there. Ashley thinks that maybe down the line, as you guys become older and wiser, there may be an opportunity to get together. But I mean, Ashley's. I saw you were kind of, stating that. Am I right?
I mean,
you wish.
I'm a very positive person.
Yeah, that's what you want to happen. That's what you want. Right?
I could. Can I see it one day? Yeah, I can. This whole thing that's happening between me and Davis, this is between. I've said this 101 times. I even texted Jenelle and said this to her when I first started dating Nathan. Kaiser is Nathan's son and Janelle's son at the end of the day. Whoever they're dating, doesn't need to be involved. This is between Nathan and Jenelle. And
has it ever worked?
I think one day,
it's almost been 4 years.
I pray and I truly do think one day.
Once women hit their 30s, things change a little bit. Trust me. I'm a little older than 30, but that it happened. I raised, as you do with your daughter. I have my kids with my ex-husband, and we all get together. We have Christmas Eve dinner together. We do things. I go on vacation with his mom and the kids and my husband. When you hit 30, when you're a woman, things start to change in your head, and hold out hope. Always hold. Don't ever give up hope for that. Hold it out.
I know Jenelle has a heart, and I think I don't think she's an evil person or a bad person. And I think one day, and maybe not next year, maybe not 2 years from now, but one day, maybe it's Kaiser's high school graduation. They can sit side by side and say, "That's our son. We did this. We did so good with him." And that's just me. I'm a positive, upbeat person. That's just I foresee that.
Nathan, you got to be Nathan, look at me. Nathan, over here. Look at me. You got to be positive like Ashley, bro.
I haven't seen it.
You got that's okay. That's okay.
I disagree. Jenelle can be a good person, but guess what? The 4 years I've been dealing with her, she's evil. David is evil. There are evil people out there.
You know what? Let me tell you. Hey, listen, Nathan, I think you're going to agree with what I'm about to say. And I think if you put everything in its proper perspective, I think, you'll understand. Nathan, we are all a product of our environment. We are all the people we were raised to be. Our circumstances at a very young age molded us. The type of person, the morals and the values. We were all created, by our own parents and our own situation to be a certain way. One of the things I see about Jenelle, and tell me if I'm wrong, because I think this is a big issue. It seems like, again, because of past, she doesn't trust anybody. And that might even mean not even trusting her son's father with his own son. I mean, am I off base about that?
No, because there's been multiple times where she says I'm the best father ever. I took care of Kaiser when we were together. I woke up with him. I washed him. I changed his diaper. I was 100% hands-on dad. And even when we first broke up, she said she would never hold her father away from his son, that he's the best thing for him, that he's a wonderful father. And if anybody saw me how I am with both my kids, I mean, I'm amazing with them. And then all of a sudden, she doesn't want me to be around him. She is very resentful towards me. And it's just a tough situation. If we could sit down and talk, I've been asking TV, I said, let's sit down and talk. One, I don't know if it's David. I mean, this is totally opinionated, but I really think David has a lot to do with it. And I wish we could sit down in front of cameras or off cameras and, talk about my son disciplinary and talk about his education, talk about what we need to do, what I can provide more for him. and all this stuff, but I can't even call her to have a like, you know, mom and dad talk about our son. It's impossible. So when it comes to, you know, it's just tough. It's just tough.
How old is your daughter, Nathan? How old is she?
She just turned 7, right?
7.
And where does she live? She lives close by. You see her frequently?
No, she lives in Raleigh. That's why both my lives are split right now, living in Myrtle Beach and living down in Florida, because I come see her as much as possible. But when I have to see my kids are the most important thing. So I'm home seeing my kids.
Yeah.
So and here's the thing about it is a lot of people don't know. How many fathers out there won't even drive 30 minutes to go pick up their son or daughter? There's a lot of that. I have friends who don't do that. And I also, those same dads I have, when it's not their weekend and their moms are trying to say, hey, can you watch this person for so long, or can you do this, or can you pick him up from daycare? Those same dads will be like, no, it's not my weekend. No, it's your responsibility. I pay child support. If any one of my, you know, baby mamas said, hey, can you pick Emery up from daycare? Can you pick guys? I'll be there in a heartbeat. I would love to. I will drive 10 hours. I will drive 20 hours. I want to see my kids. I love seeing my kids. It's like, it really makes my life feel purposeful. And, you know, it's like I said, it's like, I want to be there as much as I can for my children. So I drive home, you know, see my kids. I go up to Raleigh and drive 3 hours from Myrtle Beach to pick up Emery, drive 3 hours back, have her for a weekend, drive 3 hours up there and 3 hours back. That's 12 hours in one weekend. Yeah. Now let's say if I'm down in Florida visiting her. So Raleigh is 10 hours from here. I drive to Raleigh and then I drive 3 hours back. That's 13 hours on the road. Then if I drop my daughter off, I drive 3 more hours to Raleigh and drive 10 more hours back to Florida. That's 26 hours in a weekend. But that's how important my children are to me. I mean, money, distance, anything. I want to be there for my kids.
Hey, Nathan, if your life wasn't taped and it wasn't made public and we didn't see you on TV every week, there were no cameras. You know, you had just met Jenelle through whatever channels that you met her. Do you think your life in this situation would be a lot different if it was not public, if it was not on television, if there were no cameras?
100%.
In what way? Explain that to me.
Well, first of all, I don't think there will be an obsession with Twitter or trying to get approval from everybody out there that you've changed or that you're portrayed in a different light. Also, I think, you know, like how they portray me to be a bad person, I don't think that would go back and forth and it would be decided to the court. And I don't think people would have the power or the leverage with their social media attention to pull in the court or have the money to buy these expensive lawyers to keep a father or a mother away. You know, so there's a lot of things that would change it, and money is a main factor too, like I said. I mean, if Jenelle or David didn't have this money, they couldn't afford a lawyer. They couldn't afford, you know, their house. They couldn't do this, you know, or I couldn't afford half the things I do.
Yeah.
Do you think with David going through like a similar custody thing with his own child, do you think that's gonna make a difference where maybe Jenelle will see what it's like for a father to go through that custody issue with his child?
One of the topics I don't want to talk about because there's a lot of underlying subjects about that you know, I know more about that situation than a lot of people on social media know about, and I have friends who are close ties to that whole relationship between his son and him that like it's just like I said, it's one of those situations I don't want to talk about because it's not my place, and another thing is like it's not a similar situation. It's not a similar situation at all. Yeah. Like here's a father who's trying to see his son who's made mistakes but is a really good father, and his situation and what my paper said when I was fighting for custody over Kaiser the first time, there's a lot of things that it says about David in there that people want to read about his custody situation that is very bad. It's different. It's very different. Yes.
Now, Nathan, you said earlier in the interview that you currently go to therapy, correct?
Yes.
Nathan, where you go? You going to the cannon in the middle of the interview? Like what are we doing over here, bro?
I'm trying to find my vape juice.
What are you doing?
Wait, I think it's
I'm
girl.
trying to find my vape juice. I'm trying to find my vape juice.
It was almost girl talk time because I got a rumor I want to talk about. and I need to
hold on with your rumors. I'm talking.
This is very important.
I'm talking to Nathan.
This is
Nathan.
Hold on. He's talking to Nathan. All right?
Nathan's getting out of it.
Nathan, listen to me. What does your therapist, Nathan, tell you need to work on? Let me hear what he tells you.
What do you work on?
Yeah, what do you need? I need Nathan. I think it's fair to say you probably have a little bit of a temper. That's fair to say, right?
You talk to any military man out there, I'm sure they all have a temper.
No, absolutely. But what does he tell? Does he tell you need to work on that? What does he tell you?
It's usually just a vent session. Like I promise you, I am. The reason I have temper is because I can't handle stupidity and ignorance. It really upsets me. And when somebody contradicts themselves or they, just abruptly lie about a situation that's not true, or if they can't see a common denominator or make common sense about a certain subject, it really pisses me off. So like if I say the sky is blue, if somebody's arguing with me that the sky isn't blue, I mean, unless it's scientifically, we can once again go into the science why the sky is blue. But if somebody keeps on arguing with me, being stupid, saying, well, it's not blue, it's like pink.
You get frustrated. I get frustrated. I can't handle stupidity. It's same thing when, whether I talk to, what's a good example? Like on a road, I got bad road rage. I don't know if anybody else does, but I have bad road rage. So if there's a turn lane, or a merge lane, right? Somebody's merging onto a highway, and people on like 75 going 70 miles per hour, and there's a right lane, and they're slowing down to let people in on the merge lane, it ticks me off. I was like, they're supposed to merge with you. You're not supposed to merge with them. So I get frustrated. I said, now you're causing, all these hundreds or thousands of people to slow down their car, which potentially can cause a wreck because you want to be nice and let these people merge in front of you when it's their job to merge for themselves, not you. Do you see what I'm saying? Hey, Noel, write a note that we're not to drive on the same highway as Nathan anytime soon. Please write yourself a note. Hey, Nathan, let me ask you this. Nathan, are you still under contract? Are you still under contract with MTV?
Yes.
Hey, Nathan, if you don't mind me asking you a question, I don't want to know how much or anything like that, but like somebody like you comes along, you join the cast. Do they give you like a flat fee, or do they pay you based on how much they use you?
First it was a flat fee. Now it's per episode. So
okay, now it's per episode. Yeah. Are we gonna be seeing more of you and how you handle in the relationship with is some of that going to be coming out? I'd like to see some of that.
Hopefully. I mean, like I said, I think they're doing a better job, especially in the recent episode. I might be fooling you up with BS right now, but I think they're showing a more positive light, with me because I've complained about it so much. But it's one of those situations to be like, watch next season. You're going to see the real me. Just like my special. You're going to see my real me. And then when I see it, I'm like, no.
Yeah, I know. That's got to be tough. Yeah.
Can we please ask the rumor question?
Go ahead with the rumor. See, you start all the trouble with the rumors.
Listen, I'm a girl. I got to know the girl stuff. Nathan don't want to know the girl stuff. You don't want to know the girl stuff, but the girls want to know the girl stuff. Ashley, girl, there's a rumor on the internet that says you two might be having some like wedding bell situation going on. This is an actual internet rumor. I did not make this up. Fill me in, girl.
I've been hearing this since literally
the first day.
The first day.
Really?
Super say.
But yeah, so I want to get married to her. She's a catch. I'm not gonna find anybody better than her.
Steven, broke news right there. She's a catch. They're getting married.
Honestly, we have looked at rings, yes, but there's nothing set. There's no dates. There's like, I mean, we talk about.
We're
it all
going to the
time.
courthouse next week.
See? People Magazine. I broke this. The name's Noel Harlow Lagrasso. People Magazine. Noel Harlow. And Nathan and Ashley get married. Looking at rings. Vince and I would like to be invited. We like Florida. If you guys would like to have us.
No, I'm not going to go into a state where Nathan's driving a vehicle. What are you out of your?
No, he'll be in a limo that day. It's his wedding.
Okay, all right. As long as he's not behind the wheel of a car for crying
We
out
are
loud.
not engaged or nothing like that.
Hey, Nathan, let me ask you this, Nathan. We're into the bodybuilding. I know you take it very serious, and that's cool, bro. I give you all the respect in the world for that. I know how hard it is to be disciplined and diet and work out. I've been around wrestling my whole life. But Nathan, what do you want to, like, what are your plans, Nathan? If you could write where you go from here, what are your plans? What do you want to do?
Well, there's man, I want to say, but I don't want people to steal my ideas.
Don't give away anything patented. Just like keep that quiet.
Exactly. Well, the thing about it is I did share my logo, Alpha Ego, on my special, and I've been working on that. But one thing about me, I'm the biggest procrastinator. I used to not be, but I've gotten really complacent with money, with just living like seriously being lazy, and it's really bad. It's driving me crazy. I wish I wasn't, I wish I could work as much as I could, but I have gotten complacent. I do make a decent living, but I do want to work on this website and a clothing line called Alpha Ego, and it does training and diet. And I've gotten when I first got to with Ashley, she was a little bit heavier than what she is right now, and she lost, just through my diet, and we are very undisciplined compared to most bodybuilders. But within the first month and a half, she lost 20 pounds. And so I know my crap when it comes to diet and when it comes to training and stuff. I'm fucking wizard when it comes to that stuff. But so I want to push that forward and open up to the public, whether I go on Twitter or Instagram, and showcase my clothing line, showcase my methods to training and diet, and push forward with that. And but I just have to be on the ball. I need to stop procrastinating and go forward with it. I've been also thinking about doing a couple other Instagram, just kind of not funny website. One's kind of serious, one's kind of funny. But I kind of want to do a website that it's called God Status. It's just people doing amazing feats, like whether it's jumping really high or whether it's running really fast, and just to pick up followers and just have people click on it, and, clicks for likes, And there's another one when I make a lot of mistakes in life, and I'm not to a point in my life where I can preach to others or, but
He's breaking up again.
Yeah, frozen.
Hopefully he'll come back. Hold on.
Yeah.
Nathan, can you hear us? You're breaking up. Hello.
So I decided, I'm gonna hold off on that. But I used to be, when I was in Afghanistan, I used to be a lay leader. And a lay reader is somebody who preaches the word, kind of like a minister. So I'm used to that kind of work, and I like it.
So Nathan, God is present in your life. Is that fair to say? That's good to know. I'm glad to hear that. Okay, Ashley, can I talk to you for a second?
Can I get my vape juice?
Yeah. Go ahead. Go get your vape. Hey, Ashley, look at me. If he's holding you there against your will, just blink twice. Blink twice. Ashley, blink twice.
I'm good.
Okay. Hey, Ashley, listen, this is very important. I'm gonna be Nathan's PR agent because I'll tell you, I think Nathan's got a little bit of a temper. I think he agreed to that. And like he said, hey man, I wasn't in the military. I can only imagine what the effects of the military would have had on me. I'm a big wuss, bro. I ain't going to fight nobody. So, sure, he has some strengths and he has some weaknesses and he has some flaws. Ashley, I think it's very important that people see and understand the Nathan that you see and the Nathan that you spend time with, that maybe a lot of people don't see him in that light. I think it's important for somebody close to him to share that side with us. What would you tell us about Nathan?
I would agree with that. When one of our first dates, I actually flew to Myrtle Beach, and he was taking me out to dinner, and we were driving down the road, and there was this family walking on the side of the road on the opposite side. He pulled around the highway to pick this family up and take them.
I had to drive a mile.
I made a U-turn. He picked up this family on the side of the road and dropped them off. And I didn't really know much about his reputation. I didn't get into the whole reality stuff. I just knew he was Nathan. So I didn't have any biased opinion of him. But he told me what people thought about him. And when I saw him pick those people up, during our first date, that's honestly when I knew I loved him. Like, this man is just so caring and so giving, and no one is perfect. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. But the people he picked up, when they got out of the car, they said, "Oh, you're not as bad as everyone makes you seem to be." And I started crying. It broke my heart because I know this man, how genuine he is, how soft-hearted he is, how sensitive he is. And these people that he just picked up outside the road, them and their kid outside the road, they're putting him down, not even a thank you. Yeah. And I mean, all the time he does stuff like that. At the gym, there was a lady trying to get her car started, and he reached out to her and said, "Hey, do you need help starting your car?" He's always helping people. He's very, very soft-hearted, very gentle-hearted.
But meaner, I'm so meaner.
How long you guys been going together?
A year now.
Over a year.
That's about a year. Yeah.
Nathan, let me ask you a question. Here's what I was fascinated on when you were on the Teen Mom. Every episode, your T-shirt got smaller and smaller and smaller. So with that being said, Nathan, please tell me you don't walk around in a thong. You're not one of these thong guys, Nathan, are you? Tell me you wear boxes. Nathan, you wear boxes?
What?
Do you wear boxes? Tell me you wear boxes.
Getting smaller. I can't hear you.
Yeah.
Shirts too.
Don't wear boxers. No, I don't wear boxers.
Oh, Nathan, please. This is a family show. Hey, Nathan, listen. Can I give you some advice, Nathan?
What's up?
Because I like you, bro.
I do walk around in a thong T-shirt all day. Yes, I do.
Okay, I like you. You seem like a nice guy. I've like I said, man, I've spoken to enough cast members. I get it. I don't blame MTV, bro. They're in the TV business. They're in the rating business. They want drama. They want controversy. I get it. I understand all that. But you know what, Nathan? I got to tell you, if they start filming you again like that, Nathan, and they start going down that road, bro, throw the time out, bro. Throw the kibosh on it, man. Don't fall for that. Tell me you ain't gonna do it, bro.
Guess what I have done? Even on my special, there's been many of times where I've asked them to quit filming and they follow me around. And I've been so close. If I was younger, if I was in my early 20s, I probably would have punched the cameraman out because they got that annoying. I've told them to stop. I've told them that's messing with me mentally, and they won't stop.
What do they tell you when you say that? Like, what do they say to you when you say that? Nothing?
They just shut up and they just follow you around. And it's like and I've called Larry complaining constantly. I said, Larry will, I love Larry. I talked to Larry today. I can call Larry any time of the day, and he's the only one, him and Morgan, but Morgan doesn't deal with a lot of people, but those are the only two people that I can actually trust. Everybody on that show is two-faced. They'll sugarcoat everything. They'll say one thing and direct you as another thing. And I was told one thing, like I didn't know this until I took a couple classes in theater. And, you know, a lot of the directors, they said, well, I'm only a field director for a saga, whether it's Jenelle's saga, whether it's Farrah's saga, whether it's, you know, Kel's saga or, you know, Leah's saga, they have a director. And their excuse is, well, I'm only a field director. I'm never in the editing room. What does the director do?
Directs.
The director directs. Exactly. There's not two heads as a director. There is only one head. And I was taught that in theater, and my professor in college, he told me, he said he worked with enough reality people. He worked in the business before. He said, don't fall for that BS that there's a field director. They are the director of that segment. Yep. They go into the editing room. They choose to pick what they want. So if they say, oh, I'm not in the, they see everything. There's only one director. And that's why I said, you know, when I found that out, and these people who's trying to be your best friend, well, I'm no business part. I'm no business. I don't have any business with the editing team. No, you are the director. You are in the editing room.
But so Nathan, let me ask you a question, bro, because let me ask you a question. Nathan, can't you just work the cameras, bro? Can't you know what's going on? You've been in the game long enough. Can't you work the cameras? You know what they're doing.
I try several times, and it's the moments when they say they're not filming and they catch you off guard. So you're joking around or you say something, and they totally throw it. They totally throw it like they totally spin it, you know, to a point where you might have been joking around, but you had a serious tone. So they edit it to a point in a segment of, you know, when you're speaking where it seems like you said something serious. Do you see what I'm saying? Like if I said, hey, I'm not racist, and then I made a comment about black person, and I said, oh yeah, this black person, this. And then they use that where I'm talking about something else, and when they said they weren't filming it, they put it in front of it. So now it seems like I've made a racist comment. Yeah. And like even how Twitter, like think about Twitter, okay? Twitter, oh my gosh, I love Twitter. There's no sarcasm in Twitter. You can post something online, totally joking around. Be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you say that. Obviously, I'm joking. Obviously, you don't know my personality because you portrayed me. MTV has portrayed me this way. You don't know my personality. It's
you
like
can't joke on Twitter. You can't say anything on Twitter. Nothing.
Exactly. I think you guys know this. I made a comment about my son being a what was it? I can't think of it. Never mind. I'm not gonna even. It's gonna bring drama anyways. I'm not gonna even bring it up.
They'll just get wound up all over again.
Exactly.
Nathan, I gotta ask you this, bro, and it's up to you. And here's the only reason why I'm asking. Obviously, bro, we've done this interview for almost an hour and a half. We're not trying to get gossip or headlines or controversy. I just wanted to learn a little bit about you. I wanted to make sure Ashley wasn't held captive. I think we've cleared that up. Nathan, there's a lot of rumors, about what just happened.
That question, I'm held captive.
Yeah.
Oh, blink twice.
Help.
Somebody save Nathan.
Hey, Ashley, have you ever given Nathan a wedgie with the little thong that he wears? Has that ever taken place?
She thinks it's sexy.
Oh, gee. All right, Nathan, let me get back to the question. Nathan, I gotta.
Hold on. If you walk around with a thong T-shirt,
Nathan, if I had your physique, I would walk around naked.
That's what my brother tells me.
I say that all the time, bro. If I had a six-pack, I would never wear a shirt. Nathan, I want to give you the opportunity here. Listen, I want to give you the opportunity. If you don't want to discuss it, it's okay. The only reason I'm bringing it up is there's a lot of rumors out there, like always. So I'm going to go right to the horse's mouth if you want to address it. You just had a situation with a DUI or something. Would you? Nope. Do you want to address what happened? No, that's why I'm asking you. Right? A car accident, Nate.
No, it wasn't a car accident.
That's why I'm asking you. Hey, Ashley, will you tell him that's why I'm asking him? Go ahead. What happened now, Nathan? Go ahead.
All I can say, Police the police. That's all I'm gonna say. Police the police.
He went to the gas station and he pumped the gas, went inside to get an energy drink.
TBI.
With his TBI, he pulled away from the gas pump and broke the gas pump from away. Forgot it was in this pump.
I did that once. Ashley.
I've
Yeah.
done that before too.
But
Everybody
because
does
I'm
that.
and there was certain things I say. I won't get in detail because I'm gonna say it in court. There are certain things I said. Now, when
Wait, hold on. Let's get back. So you pulled away from the gas pump and you were still hooked up.
Yep.
Okay, and I've done that, and I wasn't
done it.
drunk or intoxicated or nothing. I made a
done it
mistake.
too.
So what happened, Nathan? What happened from there? Go ahead.
My producer told me that he drove from Long Island or somewhere around New York to Queens, like 10 miles away, with a hose still in his car.
I did that in Tennessee. I did that. Yes, I did that.
See Vince doing that.
And so what happened, Nathan? So you pull away. Okay, that happens. What happened?
Happens to everybody.
So, anyways, I don't know if the guy was homeless or worked there or not, but he looked like he was too clean to be homeless. But I don't know if he worked there or not, but when I went in, he was standing, like, not behind the cash register, but like on the side of it, you know, where you walk behind the desk. So I thought he worked there. When he came out, he saw that I pulled away. He actually screwed on my cap and closed it, and he waved me on. He said, "Don't worry about it, wave me on." So I left. Cops show up about an hour and a half. I was being very cordial with them the whole time until they started trying to incriminate me on other charges. And finally, I de-escalated the situation. And usually when there's a criminal act, everybody knows this if they don't know this, but usually when they're trying to arrest you or there's a criminal act, there's usually two or more cop cars there. Okay? If you ever see like 2 or more cop cars on the side of the road, it's usually because there was a wreck or somebody was a DUI or drugs transport or something. There's usually a criminal charge and they're trying to arrest them. So anyways, after I de-escalated the situation, the motorcycle cop and the regular cop pulled away. They weren't going to arrest me. Anyways, it got to a point where I was talking to the investigating officer and it escalated again. And I wanted a video and record it, and he didn't like my.
Oh no.
All right. Okay, froze up. He'll come back. Nathan, you froze up for a second. Hold on.
Just into a highway.
Wait, Nathan, you froze up for a second, but you were at the part where you say you recorded it and he didn't like it. Then you froze up.
No,
Go ahead.
I was about ready to record it, and he
Okay.
didn't. I said I wanted to record it,
Okay.
and so he arrested me. And so, anyways, and that's one perception. You know, there's 2 or 3 other perceptions. And cops might have a different perception, but supposedly, what's that? Teresa, who you talk to?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Teresa. I don't know which. It's going to be a lawsuit, whether it's against, you know, the Myrtle Beach police or her. But she says she talked to a spokesperson and said that I struck an object.
Well, that's what their ticket said. She probably got
Well,
the
she
ticket.
said she talked to a spokesperson.
She said-
You know, it said, I read the article. It says she talked to a spokesperson of Myrtle Beach police. Is leaving with a nozzle in your car striking an object on the highway or adjacent to the highway? Is it striking at all? It might be pulling, but is it striking an object?
So there was never an accident. You pulled out with the gas line. There was never an accident.
My car is not even damaged or anything. And I told them when the cop came on site,
It's ridiculous.
All right.
when the cop came on site, I said, listen, I love you guys. I said, I respect your line of work. I said, but my brother, I said, you have a brother of mine and me. I said, we were both infantry in the military. I said, I know you put your life online, but we did too. And we actually saw some action. And I said, I'm not being disrespectful, but we're all on the same team. I said, I don't want any problems. So if the damage is $50, I said, I'll pay $1,000. If it's $100, I'll pay $2,000. I said, whatever I can do to make this situation happy. I said, if we need to go through the insurance, we'll go through the insurance. I just don't want any problem. But guess what? I have this big circle with a bullseye on the back of me. It happens because I'm betrayed in a certain light. And it's going to be that way for at least the next 5 years.
All right, let me give you some advice. I'm going to give you two words of advice here, okay?
Don't pop attitude with cops.
Nope.
No.
First of all, do not leave the house without Ashley. Okay, everywhere you go, Ashley needs to
what
be.
she
You
said.
understand me? Don't leave the house without Ashley. Number one. Okay, number two, anytime you're on a highway, don't wear one of those gimmicks with your freaking nipples hanging out, because if they throw you in a jail cell, Nathan, if they throw you in a jail cell with 20 other guys and you got that nipple shirt going on, bro, you understand what I'm telling you?
Don't
This
be
is good
afraid.
advice.
Listen,
This is
Ashley,
very good advice.
let me talk to Ashley for a second. Ashley, don't let him leave the house alone. It's real simple.
I think I'm a good luck charm. When we're together, nothing happens.
There you
No,
go.
the only thing that was because I'm seriously trying to get my life together, and obviously I haven't been highlighting for the last year and a half since I've been with her. So when I actually did get arrested, I was very disappointed. I felt really sad. I felt really depressed. I told Ashley, I said, I want to give up, because it gets to that point, because I do try to do the right things. I do try to have the pay it forward attitude, and it seems like I always find trouble or drama one way or another, and I seriously tried my hardest to stay away from it.
But
Even when I try to argue with people recently, I walk away and I say, hey, let's come back where we're more cordial or we have a level head, you know?
Nathan, here's the deal, bro. If you have God in your life, and you told me you do, and I believe you do, and I don't have any reason, bro, you gotta kill them with kindness, bro. Because Nathan, they see a guy like you. Forget about the TV, bro. Even if you weren't on TV, they see a big guy like you, and right away, hey, bro, with other guys, jealousy sets in, bro. When you see a guy that's built like you, that's confident, you know, right away, you think this guy has a chip on his shoulder. I'm going to pull him down a few pegs. I mean, bro, that's what people do. You got to kill them with kindness, because now all of a sudden, bro, they don't know how to handle you.
You're right. You're right.
You know what I'm saying? But Nathan, listen, hey, man, listen, bro, you wake up every morning, Nathan, you try your best, right? That's all any of us can do, right or wrong?
You're right.
Yeah.
I just want to be a better man every day.
Yeah. Well, that's good. And Noel, you have any last questions for Nathan and the lovely Ashley?
So when are we invited to the wedding? Like, should we expect like an actual invitation, or am I getting like a Facebook
Let's get
message?
married.
I want to be there.
She want to get married to me.
I'll text you.
Ashley, let's talk. Marriage is an important thing, mainly because we get one of these. No, just kidding. I love my husband. I thank you guys for coming on with us and clearing up anything. We like to have this show so we could get people out there to know the real people behind the show, because as wrestlers, we've experienced people blocking us into characters or certain portrayals of people. And Ashley and I hit it off on Twitter, talking back and forth. We had a good time talking about Florida and all that stuff. And I said, I have to have Nathan on, because I want people to know Nathan, and I wanted people to have like Farrah's dad come on, because he's a nice guy, and I wanted people to see Michael's a nice guy. Like, I wanted that to come out. So I'm so glad, Nathan, you got to come on and tell your story with us today.
A girl like Ashley, if I was this portrayed character on TV, do you think a girl like Ashley would actually be with a guy like me?
No,
I tell all the time, I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Why are you with me? But it's because she says I'm a good person and she loves me, and that I give her what she needs as an individual. So, you know, I respect that, and I try to be a better person for her, you know, day in and day out.
And
Yeah,
so
and also,
on what you were saying earlier, how being you connected on social media, you're an awesome person. Do not listen to what any other haters have to say. You're awesome, and you
Thank you.
don't feed into it. Like, you're awesome, and I guess we did connect on an awesome level. So
Yeah, it was cool. Very cool.
Well, Nathan, I want you to know too, bro. Listen, man, if something happens on the show, if something happens in your public life and something gets blown up or blown out of proportion, bro, you always got a platform here where if you want to tell your side, you want to tell what happened, you could present the other side. I want you to know, bro, you could always come here. We'll have you on. Hey, listen, man, you know, bro, here's what they're going to say about this interview. You ready, Nathan? Here's what we're going to get. I can tell you right now, here's what me and Noel are going to get. Noel interviewed Nathan and they kissed his ass for 2 hours. Okay?
Yeah, that's what we're going to get.
That's what we're going to. Here's what I have to say. I like people. I don't want to interview. I don't want to interview people to have people hate Nathan. I hate. We have good points about us. We have bad points. We are all a mess. Every single one of us. I guarantee you, Ashley's a mess. I'll rip her apart next time. Okay?
Everybody's a mess.
We're all a mess.
Nathan, we're all a mess. We're all sinners, bro. But
And if you say you're not crazy, you're probably crazier than the rest of us.
But we're all in this together. So I don't want to do an interview to make you freaking hate Nathan. I want you to like Nathan. Nathan, I'm sure, is a nice guy. His mother loves him. His dog loves him. What else?
The kids love me. That's all that's important.
His kid loves him. His girl loves him. His dog loves him. His mom loves him. Obviously, his tattoo artist loves him. He's got gorgeous work. God, look at that dog. He loves him. Come on. Everybody loves Nathan.
Everybody loves dogs.
Yeah. Amen. Amen. Mine's around here somewhere.
Don't put that dog in that position again. This is a family show, Nathan. All right. Listen, Ashley and Nathan, you guys were great sports. Nathan, I'm glad we got to talk, bro, because I always, like I said, man, being in TV for a long time, I take everything with a grain of salt. I know the TV game. I know ratings. I know controversy creates cash. I get all that. But what people don't understand is there's a different side to every one of these people. And Nathan, I'm glad you and Ashley shared that side with us today.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And like I said, once again, thank you for taking the time to interview me because, like I said, I enjoy this probably as much as you guys enjoyed this. So,
yeah. And also, Nathan, one last thing. If you're ever in Colorado, give me a heads up so I know not to take my car out on the road. I live close to Denver.
Denver? Because I actually have a friend who lives in Colorado right now who used to date Taylor Burke from Myrtle Manor. Her name's Kat.
Myrtle Manor. I used to watch that.
Yeah. His name's Kat Shaletto, and she actually lives close to Denver too.
Well, if you're ever in the area, just give me a heads up so I could stay off the roads. I mean, that's that you could do that. That's all right, you guys. Thanks.
Why are you driving up the speed limit?
You'll be yelled at.
There you go, everybody. The beautiful Ashley and the misunderstood Nathan. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. Thank you.
Sounds good. You guys take care, okay?
Well, there you have it, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. We will be back with a brand new episode of Spilling the Teen Mom Tea next week. Noelle will be back here with me. In the meantime, if you're not a member of Vince Russo's brand on the Realm Network, now's your opportunity to get your first month free. It costs you nothing, zero, zilch, nada. All you got to do is go to russosbrand.com, sign up for a month. You can opt out after that month, and it won't cost you anything. But if you enjoy the show, you could keep subscribing. It's less than $1 a week. You will get Castrating the Marks, the hottest show on the internet, the show everybody's talking about. You will get that on the Realm Network, less than $1 a week. Lions, Tigers, Bears, and Disco, you'll get 3 days earlier, everything on video, and exclusive content you won't get on Podcast One. So take advantage of it. Go to russosbrand.com. I will see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.